Hello and welcome to the third matchup in the Super Bowl of toners. So today I've got the Inkey List PHA toner versus the Youth to the People Kombucha and 11% exfoliating power toner. Again, matching up two exfoliating toners. I didn't realize I had as many exfoliating toners as I do, especially having very dry skin, but I found it was a good idea to kind of match them up and see who wins. So this is an interesting matchup. They're both from at Sephora brands. At Sephora, one is kind of more niche-y, newer. The Inkey List and the Youth to the People has been around for a while, but they don't have a ton of products, but they seem to do a good job thinking out each product they release. So, okay, on to my first criteria, which is packaging, and the Youth to the People is packaged in an opaque black and white plastic bottle. Matches all their other products. And it's got a small little pouring spout, which is nice. The Youth to the People is packaged in a clear bottle, clear glass bottle, which is nice because it's recyclable. However, I do recommend keeping it stored in a cabinet away from light, especially off your countertop, just because the sun can get right through that. So overall, I gave a notch to the Inkey List just because it has protected all the ingredients from light. So they've done a nice job with that. My second criteria is alcohol, and the Inkey List does not contain any denatured types of alcohol. Always a good thing. Youth to the People, also no denatured drying types of alcohol. So this one is a tie. Fragrance. So the Inkey List has no fragrance ingredients, no real scent at all. So that's always a nice thing. The Youth to the People does include lemon water, which doesn't give it much of a scent. It really doesn't have much of a noticeable scent, but lemon water can be potentially irritating to some skin types. So it doesn't really do much for exfoliation either. So while it doesn't have much of a noticeable scent, I still have to give this point to the Inkey List because they have no fragrance ingredients at all. Okay, manufacturing location. The Inkey List, this one is made in Canada, and the Youth to the People is made in the U.S., so no issues with either of those. Ease of use. So for the Inkey List, they recommend using it morning and evening, apply with a cotton pad. Personally, I just recommend using your exfoliants in the evening, in your skincare routine evening, typically, just because in the morning, I think you should be focused on vitamin C and sunscreen. Focus on those two things in the morning, and your skin will not age as fast as it could otherwise. Focus on exfoliants, retinols, things like that in the evening. That's just my take. However, the PHA in this is rather gentle, so if you do use it in the morning and evening, you should be okay with it, but certainly build up to it. With the Youth to the People, they recommend to work up to using this every night and apply this with a cotton pad. Certainly start out very slow because it is a stronger exfoliant. So start using it maybe once every 3 nights and build your way up to it. So for ease of use, both these are very easy to use. You just have to be a little bit cautious when starting the Youth to the People because it is stronger. So, but otherwise, applying it with a cotton pad, super easy, no issues at all with that. Okay, in terms of beneficial ingredients, the fun stuff. So the Inkey List uses the glucolactone, which is a PHA polyhydroxy acid, which they are known to be super gentle. They don't penetrate the skin super far, so they can be great for exfoliating sensitive types of skin. Then it also contains niacinamide, which is great for so many things. Then we've got aloe and castor oil. So we've got some good ingredients, not as many as I'd like to see, but the Inkey List has kind of a approach where they use more minimal ingredients, so I kind of get it. The Youth to the People contains some good ones. We've got arginine, lactic acid, glycolic acid, betaine, black tea ferment, and then lactobacillus ferment. So we've got some more beneficial ingredients in here. So overall, I was more impressed with the Youth to the People's formula and the fact that they've got some good acids in there, and then also some ferments as well. And betaine, good skin soothing ingredient, antioxidant. So overall, Youth to the People has the slight edge, but not by far. But overall, just enough to where they beat the Inkey List. Okay, in terms of acnegenic ingredients, the Inkey List contains hydrogenated castor oil, which is a fungal acne trigger. And the Youth to the People is fungal acne safe, and does not contain any acnegenic ingredients. So the Youth to the People gets the point for that. In terms of cruelty-free, both brands are cruelty-free. The Youth to the People is also vegan, but still a tie. Let me do a pH test for these ones. These were two I didn't pH test ahead of time, so let's get on to that. I'll do the Inkey list first. So for performance, the Inkey list is a nice moderate exfoliation. So if you have sensitive skin, the Inkey list might be a good option for you. Let's see, and the pH looks to be, I would say, probably 3.5. So still within the effective range. So no issues with that. So the Inkey list does that. It's a good exfoliator for those that have sensitive skin or people that are sensitive to alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy acids. Or it's just definitely geared towards a dry, sensitive skin type. And the Youth to the People is a bit stronger. It really does a good job exfoliating skin, helps brighten your skin with a couple nights of use. It does have a tendency to dry kind of tacky. So if you have a good routine where you're applying something afterwards, that's your best bet. I wouldn't apply this as your last skincare routine product just because it's kind of sticky. So keep that one in mind. And the Youth to the People is, I would say, maybe like just under 4. So it's just within that range. So keep that in mind. But both are within the effective range for exfoliation. The Youth to the People certainly does a good job brightening skin. You won't need to use any other exfoliants in your routine. Certainly takes a few weeks of building up to use on a daily basis. So use it daily and start out very slowly. Great for acne-prone skin. So overall for performance, even though they're kind of both geared towards kind of a different person, I would say the Inkey list dry, sensitive skin. Youth to the People, not sensitive skin, or those people who are looking just to have this for their good exfoliant and don't want to use anything else in their routine. But Youth to the People is a bit better in terms of exfoliation, and it's probably just because of the different types of acids that they use in them as well. But Youth to the People performs a little bit better. Okay, price. So these are both the full size. So the Inkey list is 3.4 ounces and it retails for $11. And the Youth to the People, the full size is 4 ounces and it retails for $38. So it's significantly more expensive. So if you're on a budget, the Inkey list is probably the one you want to check out. So they get the point for that. And then for the it factor, this one I really had to think about for a while because the Inkey list is a nice, gentle, affordable, light exfoliant. I wish it contained some more beneficial ingredients or skin-soothing ingredients or hydrating ingredients. If you use it, be sure to follow up with a great serum and moisturizer. And it contains 3% PHA polyhydroxy acid. The Youth to the People is a wonderful exfoliating toner, especially if you have acne-prone or fungal acne-prone skin. It's on the stronger side, contains 11% alpha hydroxy acids. With this toner, you won't need to use and shouldn't use any other exfoliants in your routine. This one does it all. I like that it contains some other beneficial ingredients, but also be sure to follow up with a good hydrating serum afterwards. Definitely two different customers for this one, again, just like the other one I reviewed, but the Youth to the People is more effective. So, overall, in this one, it was a pretty close race. The Inkey list has 7 points, while the Youth to the People had 8. So they just barely won by a touchdown. No, like a field goal. A field goal. They barely won by a field goal. So, anyway, I gotta get more football terminology in there. So, anyway, I'm interested if you guys have any thoughts on these. So definitely be sure to stay tuned for more, because the Youth to the People will advance to the next round. So stay tuned for that. And thank you guys so much.